You're listening to Sideshow Network.
Hey, hi, how are you? I'm Jamie Flam, and I'm the artistic director of the Hollywood Improv. Basically, that means I'm the one responsible for booking comedians, producing shows, and making sure every night at the club is magical. You might even call me the gatekeeper. Okay, so not really, but maybe, I don't know. Outside of my job at the Improv, I also perform and write comedy, which means I sit in front of many gatekeepers myself. It's an interesting dynamic, but it's helped me learn a lot as well. Now I host a podcast about it. Each week, I talk with bookers, producers, decision makers, performers, and more.
Hey, this is Cole Stratton.
This is Janet Varney.
This is Troy Conrad.
This is Todd Glass, and you're listening to Gatekeeper.
It's an inside look at the art of saying yes and no. Also, there are sound effects. Be sure to subscribe to Gatekeeper on iTunes, Stitcher, or wherever you listen to podcasts. And you can find more info at sideshownetwork.tv.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Worst Collection Ever here on the Sideshow Network. This is the show where we tell you about the worst comic book collection in existence. And it just happens to belong to us. I'm Jen.
I'm Sean.
Here we are.
Hi. We lose so much steam after that beginning.
I know. I don't know. I never know what to say. I didn't know if I should just get in on singing songs or
You can do whatever you want.
grabbing pussies and grabbing pussies and grabbing pussies and grabbing like that.
Yeah.
Okay. I wrote a new song, you guys. Wait for it to drop on iTunes.
Is that going to be from your band?
Internalized Misogyny?
Internalized Misogyny?
Yes, it is. We're a death metal band, so I need to rewrite it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like that kind of thing, a lot of screaming.
It's like Cradle of Filth kind of jams.
Yeah.
Grabbing pussies and grabbing pussies and grabbing pussies and more.
Like that. Yeah, it's like that. And you can't read our logo.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, you want to come up here? You can come up here. We're always besieged by cats. Speaking of pussies, this is the good kind. Hi, baby.
Well, they're all good.
Yeah, but this is the pussy cat kind. My favorite kind.
Yeah.
Come here, honey.
Come on, buddy.
Come on.
Come hang out.
Nope.
Okay, forget it. Oh, clown.
Of course.
You know, I just want to say, this is my pet peeves.
Right.
Is a car alarm that goes off for any longer than a minute.
Well, that wasn't even a minute.
That wasn't even a minute.
So you can't be that mad.
But it just feels like it's never going to stop.
Oh, I know.
Anytime I hear a car alarm going off, I always feel like it's never going to...
It will never cease.
No, it won't, because I feel like somebody just looks at their car and just goes, yeah. And then you go, well, when you turn off, they're like, no.
Nope.
And then when the cops come, excuse me, is your car being stolen? It's like, no. And they're
I'm
like,
just
why
really-
don't you turn your car alarm off? And they're like, yeah.
Do you remember when we first moved here, there was that car alarm that was set so sensitive that if a motorcycle drove by, it went off?
Yeah.
Either that person doesn't live here anymore or they got a new car, but thank God they're gone because it was insane. It was literally every 3 minutes their car alarm
It
was
was like a
going off.
trash truck. Forget of a trash truck,
Yeah.
or just a heavy truck.
Just a heavy truck, motorcycle, anything loud. Anybody who walked too close to it, it was just terrible.
It was like if you jumped up and down in front of it, it went wild.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh, I'm sorry. We had to turn off the air big. He likes the air conditioner.
Remember when that truck was on fire outside of our...
Yes, I do.
I was just thinking about that.
Just some random gardening truck
some
caught on
random
fire.
gardening truck caught fire, and there was dudes trying to get gas tanks out of it or something out of it.
Yeah.
It could have been a lot worse.
It could have been.
I'm surprised it wasn't.
No, it actually was pretty good considering.
It was pretty fortunate, and there were people were just like, "Dude, truck's on fire! Truck's on fire!"
Yeah.
We're just hearing people beeping. I'm looking outside. I'm seeing flames directly outside our window.
Yeah.
So. But I mean, I think we would have been safe.
Oh no! I mean, if it blew up, it might have blown out some of our windows, but
yeah,
we were okay.
I probably would have.
Because there was a propane tank in the back. Thank God somebody pulled it out of there.
Guys, LA is crazy. It's crazy.
It is.
So let's get to first book today.
All right.
First book is going to be Adventure into... Wait, is this Fear or Adventure into Fear?
Adventure into Fear.
Well, no, but it's technically called Fear.
I know, but it says on the cover.
Well, I know it says Adventure into Fear with the Man Thing.
With the Man Thing.
But the book is called Fear.
Sure.
So this is Fear.
This book is dumb. Let's just already get that out of the way.
So, Fear, number 17, from October 1973.
Oh, shit.
We're gonna do the 70s.
And it's
today.
the month of October.
Yeah, we're gonna mess around with the 70s. Wait, is the other book a 70s book?
I think it might be 79, maybe 77.
Oh yes, yeah, we're doing pretty good here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like. I don't know. I'm always. This is the thing with like Man Thing books, is that they're just so weird. And I'm always like, oh man, I can't wait to read this. And then I read it, and I kind of go,
meh. Yeah. So is Man Thing like still kicking around the Marvel universe?
yeah, he's doing stuff. I mean, he's involved.
Can he talk now?
No, he's there. You never could talk.
Well, I didn't know if they rebooted or whatever.
No, he can never talk because he doesn't have a mouth. He just
But he
has.
but I find Man
tendril
Thing
face.
so sad.
Well, he is sad. It's very sad.
It's just such he's a tragic figure, and it's just, I feel so bad for him. So it's hard for me to read this book with any sort of like enjoyment or whatever, because the whole time I'm just like, poor Man Thing. Poor Man Thing. Like every single time they talk about like, well, maybe, who he used to be would have understood. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, how horrible is that?
Yeah, he used to be a scientist man.
I know. It's like reading like an allegory for Alzheimer's or something. It's just terrible. It's like, this is who he used to be, but he doesn't remember anymore. It's like, do you remember that commercial where there was like, there was an old woman who had Alzheimer's, and she was in a home, and every week somebody would come by, like a lady like with the therapy dog would come by, and she would meet the therapy dog, and every single week this woman would think she met this dog for the first time, and she's like, we'll be back next, and like it was just like presented as like a cheerful thing. It's like, she doesn't remember, but she sure enjoys hanging around with Alfie or whatever his name was. She's like, we'll be back next week when she'll meet him again. And it was like the power of animals or some bullshit. I don't even remember what the commercial was for.
The power of sadness.
Yeah, but I was like, what? This isn't happy. This is horrifying.
She's just gonna remember meeting him.
Oh, babe, if I ever get diagnosed with like dementia or Alzheimer's, I tell you right now, I will kill myself. Oh. No, I won't be able to take it. Oh. I won't be able to take it. There's nothing worse to me than like not being able to remember my life.
This is the Man Thing of episodes.
So anyway, but yeah, that's why Man Thing really upsets me. So
not really sad.
Don't be sad. It's Man Thing. Oh wait, no, never mind. Be sad. It's Man Thing.
Be sad. It's Man Thing.
That should be his slogan.
Adventure into sad.
Yeah.
They should just call this book Sad.
It should just be like, guys, it's sadness. I mean, Man Thing. So
Anyways, so Fear number 17 from October 1977. On the cover, it's got Enter. It's got, it says, Man Thing, and Man Thing is being hoisted by a very strong dude
wearing some
costumes, red and
blue panties,
blue underwears. And Eddie Pepitone in the background.
What's really funny,
Bernie Sanders in the background.
He's actually talking, and he does. This man does not speak.
Yeah, there's this is bullshit.
Bullshit cover again.
So, anyways, it says, "Enter the sky being called Wundar, Undarr."
Suck my dick, Wundar.
And he says, "You are a strong swamp creature, very strong, but you are no more than a misshapen babe in arms to Wundar," which
what?
Misshapen babe. What is this? Eraserhead?
Somebody Donald Trump would not grab the pussy of. She's a misshapen babe.
Guys, just a disclaimer. Just a disclaimer. We are fresh off of Pussygate.
I can't help myself.
For in the 2016 Pussygate.
Yeah. Pussygate 2016.
Guys, and look, I know sometimes our listeners don't necessarily appreciate us talking politics, and I don't necessarily feel I'm qualified to talk anything about politics, but Jesus Christ, this is a thing that's going on
in our world. This is legit.
That we are having
this is real life.
This is a real life thing. This is not
real fucking life.
This is not a sketch.
2016. This is not SNL. This is real fucking life, and I just don't know how we got
This is not a Mr. Show sketch.
No.
This is not Key and Peele.
Nope.
Or
Dave Chappelle.
Chappelle.
Mad TV.
No, it's not even Mad TV.
In living color. It's not even in living color.
No, it's none of those great
This is real.
shows.
This isn't Black Mirror, though it could be.
No, it's Black Mirror. It's 100%. This is Black Mirror. We are filming Black Mirror right now.
When will this episode end? Yeah. So we might joke about pussies. I hope that's all right.
I'm gonna wake up in like after November 8th and just be like in like some sort of like space room, having been watching episode of Black Mirror.
Are we all having a collective hallucination that 2016 is just like this fucking? I don't even know. It's just this massive disaster.
Let's see. I'm drinking water.
Are we though? Do we live in the Matrix?
I'm not in purgatory.
Do you think we live in the Matrix? I mean, that's the question. Like, is this a Matrix thing? And like, somebody's like, run the pussy simulation and see what happens. Like, what if we're just an experiment? We're all just hooked up to some big fucking computer.
Yeah, no, it's possible.
Oh,
We're dealing with some science stuff right now. This technology's become too advanced. Apple has taken over.
They're
our
like,
heads.
run the
iTunes.
No, they're like, run the crazy reality show presidential race thing, and then we're just going to keep programming shit to make it worse. And so finally we've gotten to pussy, and they just push the button, and all of a sudden
this is the thing that people are saying on like there's a woman
CNN.
On CNN, it is the point of discussion, which the woman
they won't let some people say vagina on the floor of the Congress of the United States, on the House floor. And this woman was on CNN just screaming the word pussy at everybody. It was actually kind of amazing.
It was amazing, and the people are like, "Oh my god, that's offensive!" Like, no,
Yeah, shut up.
But this is what one of the candidates of the United States presidency in 2016 actually said.
Pussy.
Well, he said, "Look, I mean,
I know, he said it years ago. But
he said it years ago, and I'm certain that many of our candidates.
I'm certain many.
I bet Hillary Clinton has said it.
Well, I mean, who hasn't said the word pussy? But I think it's the context. But
the
and
context.
I would also say, what person walking around in our country has never said pussy? Many.
There might be a few.
like super religious people,
Yeah,
maybe. But I would say most all of us have used the word pussy at one time or another.
I think I've used the word pussy more than the last 24 hours.
I know. I was like, I totally forgot about Lords of Acid having that song until last night. And then I was like, that's right. They have a song called Show Me Your Pussy. And I totally forgotten about it. It's pussy. It's Pussay. And so I was like, oh, that's right.
Tracy Lords is now relevant.
Yeah, sure.
Again.
I don't know if she was singing for them. Wait, what?
I assume she sang for them all the time.
No, they switch out the lead singer a lot, if I
it was probably
remember
like
correctly. Because there was actually even some girl
somebody
who
else.
was on Flavor of Love, or no, the Bret Michaels one.
Oh, the Rock of Love.
There was
Yeah.
she went on to sing for them for a while.
I think everybody on that show went on to sing.
I mean that's kind of the thing. I think Lords of Acid always switches out their lead singer.
Guys, I also in this Black Mirror dream, I once watched a season of Rock of Love.
Oh, did you watch Justice season? I feel like we.
I only watched the bus season with you, and then I watched Daisy of Love.
Wait,
you watched the other stuff.
I watched. You watched Flavor of Love with me.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
Uh-uh.
You didn't?
I'm positive. I know.
Shit, did I watch that myself?
I remember.
Oh God! I
think that was right around the time I met you, and we weren't living together.
What's wrong with
So
me?
you were watching that on your own.
I did. I watched Flavor of Love, but
I didn't have
watch,
cable. Yeah.
Charm School. Did
No.
you watch Charm?
No, not Charm School, but I watched.
I watched Charm School.
Oh fuck! Wait,
God
what was?
Damn it! What was wrong with me?
No,
Why
but there was
I watching
that
shit?
one.
There was with the guys.
The dating.
Oh, what was it? I know what you're talking about.
Tool School.
Tool Academy.
Tool Academy.
Tool Academy. Yeah. What was wrong with us?
Yeah. This is really
we also
happening.
watched Jersey Shore the first season.
We
of
watched
that.
it because it was a thing, and then.
Well, I mean, as I
yeah.
am an Italian American, I had to see how terrible my people look on television, and it was pretty bad.
That was those. Yeah. Fuck. Okay. Let's just talk about
God
Man
bless
Thing.
us. Yeah, let's talk.
I'm getting really sad.
I was
now.
going to say, do you want to be sad?
Man Thing is affecting me.
Isn't he an empath? Isn't that his whole thing?
No, he just whoever senses fear. He's very good with emotions.
That's an empath.
So I guess he's an empath of sorts.
Yeah.
But whoever senses whoever something. Basically, it's fear. If you're scared, if you feel ever experience fear and Man-Thing touches you, it burns. That's why it happens a little bit later on in this book, but most of the time,
it really is like the only friend you could ever have, Hal Jordan, and they're in the wrong universe.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
Right.
they'd be best friends. They can go on to lunch and stuff.
Bro dates, brunch. Man-Thing love brunch.
Man-Thing, I'll take you on a flight.
Man-Thing, do you
Can you
want
imagine him
to?
trying to fit in a plane?
Could you imagine meeting Man-Thing for lunch? Like, you're gonna go down, get some brunch at La Pan Quotidien, or however you say it. I can't say it. I'm not
La Pain
French.
quotient?
Whatever. And like, you're like, oh man, I hope Man-Thing's not late this time. Last time he knocked over like 4 seats just trying to get to me.
Well, he would just come out of the ground. He would just find his way through the sewer and be like, "Hey, I was late. Sorry."
And then he eats biscuits with gravy.
That's all he hates. He goes, "How you doing today?"
I'm like, oh Man-Thing, I value our time. All right, so let's talk Man-Thing.
All right, so the story is called "It Came Out of the Sky," which apparently Steve Gerber, who's very well known for writing Man-Thing and Howard the Duck and Dr. Fate and many great things. I think he probably wrote a bunch of Defenders. He wrote this, but special thanks to inspiration to John Fogerty and the Creedence Clearwater Revival.
Wait,
Yeah.
which song?
I don't know.
God damn it, I wish he had said.
I don't know, because there's probably... Look, I only know a handful of popular Creedence Clearwater Revival songs. I do not know...
CCR, yeah.
I don't know, the back catalog. I'm assuming he's a super fan, and he was probably like, Cosmo's Factory has influenced me. Oh, no, I ripped it. This is
Oh
worth
no,
nothing.
not our cheap comic.
Yeah. So anyways,
Oh, quick aside, I was talking to my mom today on the phone, and I was telling her how we get rid of our comics. How we just do a purge. And she's like, you might want to hang on to those because they're worth a lot of money. And I was just like,
what is your mom from 1992?
Yeah,
She collecting Polybags Death of Supermans?
I was like, yeah, Mom, I'm sure they are. And I was
Does Fox News tell her that?
I just completely washed over that because no, they're not. They're not worth shit. And I was like,
we know what we're buying into here.
But no.
And it's a shame. This is again Black Mirror. Okay, so anyway, so Swamp Thing, whatever, fucking Man-Thing is looking at. There's basically the swamp, and he's in the swamp, and there's
a rocket just stuck in the swamp.
Rocket stuck in the swamp, just hanging out.
Like the ass end of it still
apparently
in the
it
air.
had the story, the title of the story written on it when it came out of space.
It says it came out of the sky, and you're like, wow, I'm glad it had something written on it.
So Swamp
in English.
Man-Thing's looking at it, and there's a flamingo standing right on top of it.
I like the flamingo. I like how so as we learned, it's been here for quite a while, and it doesn't have any swamp gook on it. Shouldn't it have vines and shit growing off of it?
Well, it's probably filthy. Just it's not. It's a '70s, so the art's
it's all
slimy.
slimy.
Yeah, it's definitely slimy.
So Man-Thing's like, what is this? He's like, when a dog or cows see something in the field and they just all stare at it because they're not sure what it is. That's how Man-Thing acts.
Yeah.
He also acts like our cat because our cat will see something he doesn't recognize and he
even though he's seen it a million times before.
Yeah, and it's just in a different place and he gets all confused and he goes very slowly over to it and hits it with his foot.
Yeah.
That's what Man-Thing is doing, and that's why it's so sad.
Yeah, so he does that and he knocks it over.
And he knocks it over.
And then he
stares at it.
Well, okay, so here's what happens. It starts glowing purple.
Right.
And he waits and watches it. And he watches it for an hour.
Yeah.
That's what it says here. He goes, well, he waits for nearly an hour. And I'm assuming he just stands there just like this.
Yeah.
Just watching this thing glow.
Yeah, he's waiting for it. And then he's like, oh, nothing's happening. I am bored, even though I don't really have a concept of time.
Well, it says but the way that it describes this as, and so at last he turns away, not sadly, for he has no emotions of his own, but let us say, bored.
Okay. That's why he's so sad. Anyway, so as he turns away, he hears a tapping.
Well, okay, here's the thing. Apparently, okay, so he doesn't have any ears.
It's the telltale heart. You're right. He doesn't have any ears.
He doesn't have any ears because they say this just in a few panels later here. But it's he notices it doing something. There's a
glow and a tap.
It just starts going blink, 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 and then
And so then he's got to go back to, like, just sort of batting it around like a cat with, like, a half-dead mouse. He's just like, bonk, meh, bonk, meh.
Yeah,
I'm assuming he makes that noise, too.
He starts going, man, and it's just a, drive it home. He's got no ears, so you can't really hear it.
That's right. Because
So he sticks his head against the thing.
he pushes his forehead against it to, like, try to feel the vibrations.
Because that's where his auditory organs are.
That's what it says.
Okay, so he has an ear on his face.
Yeah, he's got an ear on his forehead.
Ear face.
Yeah.
And he picks it up, and it doesn't do anything, so he just picks it up and throws it.
And it explodes.
And it kabooms.
And out of the smoking wreckage comes a man with how do they describe him?
He is tall, sleek, superbly muscled.
Superbly muscled man with, like, flowy hair.
But he walks as if he's taking his first steps.
Because he is. He's
Although
being, quote, born for the first time.
Although he looks pretty,
Well, he's ripped to shit.
he's ripped to shit.
I like he's also clean shaven.
I like that also for whatever reason, his outfit in here does not match anything on the cover.
No, it sure doesn't.
Because the cover,
Nope.
his outfit is... In here, it's
actually
red and
not even close.
red,
It's reversed.
red trunks. Everything's like all the red and the trunks of the boots and some of the trim.
And there's no
is red,
symbol
and
on
then
his chest.
The shirt and his pants are blue. But then on the cover, he's got like this gold medallion. His trim is gold. He's got red shirt, red pants, but his trunks and boots are blue.
Right.
His hair's even a little bit lighter. It's like, come on.
Yeah, they didn't even
Come on,
try.
Steve. Come on, people. 70s people.
So he, like, everybody's like, let's explain to you what happened.
Okay, and then basically it's just Superman.
It's Superman's origin, basically.
It's 100% Superman.
Yeah, and actually I was reading this morning, and I was like, oh, wait a second. I shouldn't be surprised that some people think global warming is a hoax perpetrated by scientists. Or, I'm sorry, climate change is a hoax perpetrated by scientists, because nobody believed Jor-El either.
No.
And nobody believes this fucker, not Jor-El.
His name
I'm
is
just going to call him not
Hectu.
Jor-El. It's not Jor-El.
His name is Hectu, and he's got a wife named Soya,
Not Lara.
not Lara.
And so basically the whole thing happens. He's like, our sun is going to explode and we're going to die. We only have a year to live.
So he's from the planet Dekdakum, which
Not Krypton.
This happened some 24 Earth years ago.
Uh-huh.
And so he's like science, and he's like, holy shit, our sun's becoming huge and we're going to die.
We're all going to die. It's going to red giant on
Now
us.
it's like, but basically it's like Superman if his parents were sexy. Because because
I don't know. His parents were kind of sexy, right? Wasn't that the whole thing?
What, the Jor-El?
Weren't they supposed to be sexy too? Like, weren't they drawn all sexy?
I don't know. They just kind of drive him kind of plain. The husband here is kind of like...
Oh, yeah. He's over dramatic.
He's
like,
over
he's
dramatic.
like
The
throwing
wife
his
has got
arm-
like the loincloth and the bikini.
Yeah, she's super hot. But like the husband's like literally throwing his arm against his forehead to like.
If I must say...
He's like, oh, get me my smelling salts. We are all gonna die. Mint julep.
Somebody get me my custom space fan. fan.
Is he Lindsey Graham all of a sudden?
Yeah.
So he's having, he goes to the council. He's like, dude, our sun's gonna red giant. We're all gonna die.
Yeah.
Which will eventually happen to our own sun.
Yeah.
Black Mirror episode, I'm sure.
This is 100% Black Mirror.
And then he's like, but they're like, you shut your whore mouth. Don't you dare say anything to anybody. And he like runs away and he decides to build a ship so him and his family can escape.
Yeah, basically he's like, give me a bunch of money so we can like fly everybody
Yeah, so we
somewhere
can
else.
save everybody. And they're like, shut up. La. They put their fingers in their ears and they like start saying la 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 la.
Because he's like, look, what's going to happen is like the sun's going to become like really huge, and like we're all going to want to eat all the food. There's going to be no food, and then like we're going to start hitting each other with axes and shit.
Yeah, and then there's going to be a big flash that's going to like burn most of us alive, and those that live will have a whole 9 minutes before the sun engulfs them.
Oh man.
So.
Yeah.
yeah.
This is happening.
Well, that will eventually happen to us.
Maybe not when we're here.
No, this is millions of years in the future, but like our sun will eventually red giant and engulf the Earth. That will happen, but not for a very long time. Everybody we have ever even thought of will be dead by that point. So we don't have to worry about that.
I think the only person that'll be living at that time, Vince McMahon.
Yeah, no, Vince McMahon will totally still be alive. Him and Cher.
Him and Cher.
And they're just gonna
And they'll rule the earth.
yeah, it's just
together.
gonna be the two of them. Everybody else is gonna be dead, and then they're going to be engulfed.
Yep.
In a hellfire.
That's how the world ends, guys.
Yep, there you go.
Cher and Vince McMahon live until the end of our days.
Live until the
and
end
then,
of
and then the
days.
sun burns them up.
Yeah, then the Sun Red Giants. So this guy's like, all right, fine,
All these comic books are gonna go. All our comic books are gonna burn.
gone. And so they're like, all right, well, I'm gonna build a ship for my family so I can get the fuck off this place before we all die a horrible death. And somebody like ratted him out. So like
Which we don't. I won't say anybody, but the internal security police show up and they're like, "Hey, don't build a spaceship."
Yeah, don't do-
Which I mean, who gives a
don't-
fuck if
right.
he's building a spaceship?
he hasn't said a word to anybody. He's not telling anybody. He's just like, I'm building a spaceship and I'm getting my family out of here. But they're like, don't build a spaceship on your own time and using your own money.
Because they don't want anybody to see him fly off and everybody think there's something wrong. Because apparently that's what their assumption is.
Can't just be like it was a crazy guy. Like,
So Dacus Bills must never look upon or hear beyond your mad theories.
right. So it took him 6 months to finally be like, wait, we should go get that guy.
Yeah.
So
Hang on, he might tell somebody.
6 months later, it's just dawned on me.
Yeah, this planet.
I'm sure
deserved
he
to
hasn't
die.
talked to anybody for 6 months. I mean, maybe that's the thing. Maybe they only speak to other people once a year. So then he gets shot and killed. Then the sexy wife is like, no, not my baby. And she gets shot and killed, but she dumps the baby.
They really kind of play up her getting shot.
Oh, yeah.
So like
she's
from behind it comes crashing down with her on her spine with pile driver force. I'm like,
Yeah. And
calm
she-
fucking down.
She like throws the kid in there.
Sorry.
Excuse me. Throws the baby in there, pulls the lever, and he flies away and she dies.
Which I mean, look. So you mean that they're automatically ready to launch this baby?
yeah, it just happens to be
Like
this day.
it was ready to go. Like and it just happened that she got to the thing, fell down, grabbed the right lever.
Yep.
And baby goes into space.
That's how it always works. So baby goes into space, baby flies to Earth, and then we have not Ma and Pa Kent driving their shitty
Oh, yeah, that's right.
driving their car. They're like, "Hey there, Ma, did you see that?" And they're like, "Yeah, sure did, Pa." And they're like, "We should go check it out." And they're like, "No, we shouldn't. It could be communists."
Yeah. It could be Martians or communists. You could get your fool self ray gun to death.
Yeah, so like you're right. Let's not investigate. So they just
Let me tell you. I do like this version of Superman where Ma and Pa Kent said "fuck it."
too much work.
They went meh. It's kind of like in that X Factor comic we read when Cannonball is flying by and he's like, "That's a weird statue of a man that's on fire."
Yeah.
Oh well, it's not my problem. Goodbye. Goodbye, dead skeleton man.
I'm not gonna check out that horrible thing. Just walks away.
Yeah, these people are very casual about seeing a giant rocket ship
Yeah.
fly into their thing, and nobody found out.
Nope. Well, that's as we see.
Do they also live on the same planet? Is this the same planet where they don't talk to anybody?
Yes. It's all the same.
It's all the same. Nobody's talking to anybody and
No,
being like,
and no-
"Hey, you know what? Hey, whatever is Goober,
Not Pa Kent.
not Paul Kent. Yeah, you're at the, he's at the local general store. He's like, "Did you see that giant good thing flying to the sky?" Ma was like, "Don't go over there. You might get some commies that zap you."
You might get caught.
And they're like, "Yeah, I didn't see it. It's somewhere in the woods. And they're like, I don't know."
Yeah. That's exactly what happened.
It's a very meh existence.
It really is. So,
Okay.
So the spaceship lands in the swamp with the baby in it. But he grows. But
Yes.
he like never leaves his ship.
Wondar. We call him Wondar.
I'm sorry, Wondar. He never leaves his ship. This guy has been, and he's even awake. Like there's this picture of him as a kid.
Oh, yeah,
with
yeah.
his eyes open and shit. He's just been sitting.
He's been sitting there growing for 22 years.
For 24 years or something crazy. And like somehow, what does he eat? How does
I don't
he
know.
go to the
There's a
bathroom?
vulture right there. Maybe he was.
But that's all. There's no hole in it. That's just you're seeing into
We're just seeing
it.
on the inside, and he's just
Yeah,
having.
he's just been.
And somehow, okay, so
he
I have.
hasn't died. He
I've-
hasn't starved to death. He didn't even try to get out. He's just been there.
He didn't go, "Jesus Christ, not Pa Kent. I'm stuck in here." No, he is just sitting in here. And here's the thing that I understand. Another thing that confuses me is So he's wearing like the tunic, the clothes that we see when he comes out of the thing initially.
Oh yeah, he's fully clothed.
He's fully clothed, and
And
he's
they fit
but he's
so
wearing
well.
that as a baby.
Yeah, it
and
just
he
grows with
and he
him.
just grows it, as does his bed.
Yeah, you're
His
right.
bed
it
also
does.
grows
It
from
does.
a modest baby size to a much larger
Man size. I don't know.
Which Casper mattresses, get on that.
Yeah.
You want something hip. You want to have
Casper mattress. Make mattresses that grow with you.
make them like sea monkeys.
Yeah.
It just
Add water, bed grows.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're like those little pills, foam pills you used to drop in water and they become like dinosaurs.
sea monkeys or sea dinosaurs.
That's not a sea monkey.
What's a sea monkey?
Sea monkey's like an actual little like being that lives in the water. It's like some sort of animal, bug or something. But
Why do they call them sea monkeys?
I have no idea. I've never had a sea monkey. I don't even know if
I thought there were the things. Okay, well I forgot. Then I have no idea. I'm an idiot.
Are you talking about those pills?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know the foam pill things. You know what I'm talking about. I don't know what they're called.
Foamies.
Foamies. Yeah, foamies.
Okay. Anyways, so he gets out. Okay, so Wonder gets out and he's looking at the Swamp Thing and he's like, he thinks it's his mother.
Yeah, he's like, oh, this is the first. He's like a baby duck. He's imprinted on Swamp Thing.
Mm-hmm.
Or, I'm sorry, Man Thing.
He's imprinted on Man Thing.
He's like, Mama! He's like,
Mama!
And Man Thing's like, so this guy's like, I'm going to go.
And Man Thing's like, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. Mama! So he's like, I'm going to
hearing
go.
you with my forehead.
I'm going to go. Yeah. Speak into my forehead. Swamp there. Man Thing's hard of hearing. You got to speak right directly into the forehead. So he's like, I'm going to go hug him. But he also has Superman-like powers, so when he, like, jumps towards him...
So he gets so excited that he's like, my mama! And then he jumps super far.
And he, like, smashes a tractor.
And he flies really far to, like a construction site.
Yeah.
And he explodes like a wrecking ball.
Yep.
And they're like, holy shit.
That guy has long hair. He's obviously Native American.
They call him an Injun because
they're racist.
Because Florida. Because this is where I said.
Oh, is it in Florida?
Yeah,
Oh.
Citrusville, Florida. So,
that's
so the
right,
nexus
you're
of all realities, which Man Thing is the guardian of, is based in Citrusville, Florida.
Is that close to... Is that a real place?
I don't know, actually.
Yeah.
I assume it's somewhere in the Everglades. I believe it's in the Everglades. So
Sure. Well, yeah.
So anyway, so he falls down, and apparently, so these guys are like, holy shit, this guy blew up our thing.
Let's get him.
Let's get him. And they pull out guns. I just noticed this. They pull out guns. They have like 30 guns.
That guy literally landed on a big fucking piece of machinery and it crumbled like matchsticks. And these guys are like, shoot him, it'll work.
This
No,
will not harm. This
no,
will harm
it
him.
won't.
Our guns that we keep on a construction site for some reason. We all have them. They all have them.
Citrusville, Florida. What else you gonna do? Work construction.
Bring your gun to work day.
It's bring your gun to work day. I wonder if they're going to show them the fax machine and let them send an email.
Hey, Faxy, look, me gun.
You're faxing
Me
me,
bullety.
Gunny. Gunny and Bullety and Magazzini. We're all here.
Magazzini. Look, gun. Here's that porno mag I read every day when I take a big shit on the company toilet.
Are they going to like put them all?
It's from 1980. It's from 1976. So it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, it's a couple years old and it's missing a bunch of pages and it's not very good. But you know what? It's my best friend. Next to you, of course.
Do you think they're going to also like gather them all in the boardroom and someone's going to give a presentation about what they do at the construction site? And be like, all right.
We'll just have all the guns listen to them talk
just
about
all
what
of
they
them
do.
in their own individual
My name is
seat.
Roy. I make girders.
Yeah, well, no, it's like they put them all. Each gun gets its
I'm the riveter.
own individual seat, and then the company president comes in. He's like, "Oh man, it's so good to see all of you, and I hope you all grow up to be big, strong guns."
Do they have like a big AK? Is he carrying like an AK-47? It's like, this is my son.
Yeah, yeah.
This is
And
my-
he's good at following my footsteps. And like, there's like a little gun that has like a pink bow on it because it's like the only daughter.
Is it a pink squirt gun?
Yeah, no, it just has a pink. Maybe it's a pink gun. They do make those.
Oh man.
And
I do like this reality where the
bring your gun to work day.
where there's a bring your gun to work day in Swamp Thing or Man Things.
Citrusville, Florida is all about community.
It is.
And they just really want guns to get involved.
Yeah, that's something. They would also probably elect a gun a mayor.
Well, I
Gun
think
the mayor.
I think that's what happens. It's one of these guns that went to bring your gun to work day grows up to become the mayor of Citrusville.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
And yeah, it's because he really wanted to give back after he
It
saw.
says it on the side. So you're now entering Citrusville, Florida, where the mayor is a gun.
There's a place in Alaska where a cat is a mayor, so why not?
Yeah.
What's more American than electing a gun a mayor?
So he gets out. So Wondar flops around and he starts using his
Powers.
some sort of. He looks in the water and he imagines seeing Man Thing, and he's like mama, and
Yeah,
he
well,
goes.
he's not talking. He's just gesturing.
Well, he's like gesturing mama.
Yeah. He's like, oh, I gotta find my mama, whatever. And so he's like sad or whatever.
Well, because he's kind of just realizing it's like
he's having problems. And all of a sudden,
He's having a big sad.
In Citrusville, Florida, some chick named Jennifer wakes up.
Okay, so Jennifer
and it's
Kale.
not me.
Jennifer Kale. Last name was Kale. Like
She's food.
Yeah, she's food. She's also a hot wizard.
Oh, sweet.
She becomes a hot wizard, but here she's having like
She's having some dreams.
some streams, and then Sam Elliott comes and tells her,
That does look like Sam Elliott.
Yeah, Sam Elliott. If Sam Elliott,
He's like, I gotta go. He's like, I hope you're feeling better.
Sam
I gotta
Elliott-
go take my gun to work.
Sam Elliott is definitely living where the mayor is a gun.
Oh, absolutely. There's literally no other place Sam Elliott could live. I think it's like a law.
So he flops around, So anyways, we're back with
Wondar,
and he's like, oh look, and he's fine. So he comes across a crocodile.
yeah, or are they alligators?
Okay, alligator.
Are they alligators?
It's an alligator. Sure, it's an
I feel like
alligator.
it's an alligator.
It's an alligator, and he's like, hey, be my friend, right?
He's like, ooh, a pet.
Or a friend. He's just like, he just thinks it's a friend,
Yeah,
right?
and he
So he
wants to be friends.
grabs the alligator's tail. Alligator clearly is not happy.
No, and so
Tries to bite his face.
yeah, and so he kills him.
So he swings. He Jason Voorhees this fucking alligator, this poor alligator, against a tree like it's in a sleeping bag.
And then it's like, and then he doesn't. And then it doesn't move.
Maybe now it will play and not be mean, but
Nope.
alas, now it will not be even move. It just lays limp.
It's because it's dead now. Congratulations, you killed. And then we go back to Man Thing, who's like still like hanging out with the pieces of the rocket, and he's just like picking them up, being like, "Woo?"
So there's also another sad moment.
That's
where
what I mean.
He
The
picks
whole
up. He
thing
picks
is
up. He
sad.
picks up the metal, and it's trying to imply that like maybe he might try to, because it's Ted Sallis who became Man Thing, was a scientist.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, maybe he's trying to understand it, but then he just drops it because Ted Sallis, chemist, might have understood it, but not the parody of life he has become.
I know, that's horrible.
Basically, this book is just
That's
like
a nightmare.
this book is basically like, hey, Man Thing, is it punching Man Thing in the nuts in his
Yeah, it just always talking about
reproductive
how-
organ, which is probably on his armpit.
Probably.
Just every
where else?
fucking
Why
panel.
not? Why not? Just talking about like how sad and pathetic he is. So finally, like Wondar comes back.
Wonder
and he's
comes
like,
up to give him another big hug.
but instead he's kind of like jumping him.
Yeah, and Man Thing is just like, get away from me.
Stop
So
it.
he throws him into some trees.
And now it's time for these two to throw down.
So he gets mad, and he's basically, it's like, can his mother even, will even his mother be mean to him?
Yeah.
Yes, she is going to hurt. No, he won't let her. So he picks up poor Man Thing like he's the ultimate warrior and throws him into the town.
Yeah.
Which apparently is
Downtown to Citrusville.
like downtown Citrusville, past the construction site where the guys are taking their guns to work.
Well, that's why nobody shoots these two. It's because all the guns are at work.
Yeah, all the guns are at work. Apparently it's 2 a.m., even though it's kind of light out.
Yeah, it looks like day. Sure, whatever.
And everybody comes
And-
out of the town.
To like watch, and then they realize that like these two have they don't care if anybody else gets hurt or if the town gets wrecked.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they sure
Nope.
don't. And so they fucking fight and wreck the whole goddamn town.
Oh yeah, like Man Thing's like he literally snaps a light pole like it's like a Twix bar or like a Kit Kat,
Yeah.
and just hits Wondar with it, and then like he throws a cop car at him.
Yeah.
I mean, the cops are shooting at them because they brought their guns to work, as they should have, because they're cops.
Every day is take your gun to work day if you're a cop.
Yeah, and then literally he tries to like emote to him. So Wondar tries to emote to Man-Thing. He's like
trying to like gesticulate, try to get him to understand.
Because Man-Thing starts like walking away because he's like, fuck this.
Yeah, he's like,
and he
I'm
just
bored.
gets down in front of his knees and he's trying to beg to him. You know,
but he can't talk. Man-Thing
he's
can't
kind of
talk.
grunting at him because it says non-syllabic, punctuated with tears. So he's like,
God. Man-Thing's like, say that close to my forehead. He's bending down to listen. So yeah, so
this is very sad. If you're in Citrusville, Florida, it's 2 a.m. and I just watched The Ultimate Warrior grunt cry in front of the Man-Thing.
Oh yeah, and everything's sad.
And Man-Thing just goes goodbye.
And then he's no.
Man-Thing, so he chases after Man-Thing, and he grabs him, and Man-Thing just kind of like slaps him, like he kind of like goes, ha!
Yeah,
like he just kind of like
not hard.
Now he just kind of goes
like swatting away a bug,
just, like very
slap.
like kind of flicks his face.
Yeah,
and so basically. Yeah, and then it says, but whatever knows fear burns at the touch of whatever knows fear burns at the Man-Thing's touch. That's what I was trying to say earlier.
Mm-hmm,
and he's like, because he's sad or whatever. And then he literally just shoves him.
Wondar
shoves Man-Thing like he's like a bully.
He's like, yeah, fuck you, man. Give me your lunch money. And he
shoves him, and then he just jumps away. And Wondar is
like, Moo?
And then he's like, okay, so this last, he must go look elsewhere for where he belongs in the new world. Yes, he knows now this is not the place, not here, not at the side of this misshapen, mindless spawn of the murk. Yes, he knows now, but we can only wonder, did his mother know all along? Very sad. Because in the leaving of the last, it's just.
That's it. That's the end of it.
That's the end of it. And next issue, Death Haunts the Swamp. Like, isn't it like every issue of Man-Thing?
Oh, yeah.
I assume. It's just horrible sadness going on. So Wondar went on to become a guy called the Aquarian. Mm-hmm. And he also went on to look a lot like Jesus.
He kind of looks like Jesus.
Yeah, but like he went full beard. And like he had like a
full Jesus.
Full Jesus.
Yeah, well, that happens sometimes.
And he learned how to talk, and he started like he showed up in a bunch of our books. He even shows up like in the 90s. He's like, well, he's still around.
Yeah,
he's still around, and yeah. But this is I don't know if this is the first appearance.
After menopause hits for me, and I'm able to grow a full beard, do you think I could go full Jesus?
You're not swarthy enough.
I mean, I am Italian. I'm just a very pale one.
You're extremely pale. You're the most pale Italian.
I'm so pasty. I know. I don't know how that happened.
Is that little
my
bit?
grandmother.
No, you know what it is because it's the little bit of English.
No, it's my. My mom's mom was actually like that. Extremely pale. We're just very
pale Italian.
Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with us. We're just pale. we're just pasty. But maybe I could just be like super light skinned Jesus.
Super light skinned Jesus.
And I'm just old with a beard.
Super light skinned lady Jesus.
I kind of want to go full Jesus.
No, you can hang out with Man-Thing.
I'm assuming that's what Jesus sounds like.
Well, I've never looked. To his credit.
Is that what Aramaic
Jesus
sounds
never
like?
dropped an album, so I don't know what he's ever said.
When is he putting out his mixtape?
When's he going to drop the hottest mixtape of 2016, which hopefully be the giant meteor that will because that's Jesus' job. He's up there going, he's like, just ready.
He's like, I'm gonna let him think that they're almost out of it, and then I'm gonna hit him with the meteor.
It's coming. It's coming. Could somebody please do a painting of the earth with a picture of Jesus holding a giant meteor over it saying it's coming?
Oh God!
And then they could just say, and actually that'll be our shirt. It'll just say "Worst Collection Ever" on it.
Make sure it also says like December 29th, 2016. Just so he's almost there, because that's probably when the world will
Yeah,
end.
yeah. You want to do it. You don't want to do it on New Year's Eve when everybody thinks they got their way out.
Right. Well, that's
you
the thing. You don't want to. You want it to be like, oh my god, we only have a few more.
But you
days.
want to do it on vacation. When most people, some people are on vacation.
Well, no,
Hollywood's gonna be shut down. So
You
I'll
just
be home.
you just want it to be like
Yeah.
we just have a couple more days. We can totally make it a couple more days. But no,
God,
you
I can't wait for this year to be over. It's like, no, I can't either.
smash
Slam.
exactly, and Jesus kills us all. The end.
Could somebody? Yeah, I wish I had. I wish we had enough fans that weren't doing shirts.
I wish I could draw. I'd totally draw that.
I can get somebody. Yeah, we can that or get somebody. Somebody to draw it.
Yeah,
I'd love Bart Sears to draw it.
Yeah, we could hire somebody.
Can you please draw this? Get away from me, you insane person.
Yeah, maybe we can like when we're kamikaze, like we can walk up to how like those artists like do.
Hey, are you
drawings on the
starving
fly?
artist? Can you draw this for me?
No, just be like, hey, guy who's doing a drawing for $5. Because sometimes, like, what's his fucking name? He did Little Gotham. He's done Dustin Wen.
Okay.
He does sometimes draws stuff at cons,
Okay.
but it's only every once in a while.
Gotcha.
Like if he was there, I'd be like, "Will you draw this?" He'd be like, "I don't even know what that means." I mean, just draw it.
It's for a shirt. Goodbye.
It's for a shirt.
It's inspired by an issue of Adventure of Fear. Whatever.
So, would you read the next issue of Man Thing?
See, this is the thing. This is the man thing. I just feel like I mean, this isn't interesting. This is interesting.
Sure.
And sometimes I come across some I get really depressed reading Man Thing.
That's my problem.
Because there's another one that we have too. I think that you bought it
Is it with the old lady?
with the old lady and the
guy?
dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck, man, that's a hard one to deal
They're
with
all,
too.
yeah.
Because the poor dog dies. Spoiler alert!
And
then
the woman almost dies. I mean, this is like a really old couple.
Just an
who
old couple in
lives
the woods.
deep in the swamp.
and the woman's upset because the man loved the dog more.
Yeah, so she becomes a swamp witch, sort of.
Yeah, and then Man Thing shows up and he's fighting shit.
Yeah.
It's really sad.
It's really upsetting, actually.
It's really upsetting. And you know what? I don't know. I might. Yes, I probably would.
Yeah, I think.
I don't know if I'd want to. I don't know though. Here's the thing though. I don't know if I would. I would. I don't know if I will want. I'm gonna. Okay. Yeah, I would.
My thing is like I can only read like one Man Thing at a time. Like I can, like a lot of times I'll be like, here's my comic book pile. I'll just read like 8 of these comics in a row and it's fine.
Yeah.
But like I can't do that with Man Thing because I really do get sad about his situation.
No, this is actually
He's
kind of a hard go. This one's
he's-
not as bad as the one with the
no,
old
but
people,
just Man Thing in general just makes me so sad. Just the idea that he has no memory of who he was. I mean, aren't there people looking for him? And
probably.
I mean, it's just so terrifying.
I mean, he does get
doesn't-
friends.
I know, but he doesn't.
He is
he remembers nothing of his previous life, of everything he ever worked for, and it just bums me out so much because he's just this muck monster.
It's
who
a
used to
drag,
be a
man.
person. And it's just awful. So yeah, I don't know. It's. I would probably read another Man Thing, but it would have to be in like 6 months because I can only take it in.
Yeah, you gotta space it out.
Yeah, because it's literally like watching Black Mirror for me.
I'm feeling very Black Mirror these days.
Well, I mean, we live in it.
We were
live
living in
Black
it.
Mirror.
My life is. I mean, I think you and I are just in this one big Black Mirror. Which, by the way, if you don't know what we're talking about, Black Mirror, great television show.
Is this like a Truman Show thing, except it's like with Black Mirror?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's the saddest Truman Show. The saddest Truman Show. It's like the bomb.
The
I was trying to make a Harry Truman joke, but yeah. So, anyways, that's it for Fear number 17 from October 1973. 73. So that's it for the Marvel book, and we'll be back with our next one.
Hey guys, it's Adam Ray.
And Josh Wolf, and we have a new podcast on the Sideshow Network called Good Call. It's a sports show For the casual fan, we aren't talking stats, no spreadsheets, or in-depth analysis, nothing like that.
Yeah, it's just fan opinions that will make you laugh and think. So if you want to listen to it, download, rate, and subscribe to the podcast on iTunes, or check us out on the SideshowNetwork.tv/good call, or anywhere you get your podcasts.
I'm not sure how much thinking is being done.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, we're back here on Worst Collection over here on Sideshow Network. It's Jen and Sean. I'm Sean, and that's Jen.
Yep.
I was listening to other podcasts, and they go, when they come back from breaks, and they're like, oh, well, we're going to say who we have here.
No, we're still the same people.
We're still the same people, but I feel like that's like, oh, that's a nice thing. It's like, you want to make sure everybody knows who you are.
No, they know.
Because what if you're not paying attention and you don't want to, you don't know.
Oh, they know.
Well, that's us. So we're going to do, here's our DC book. It is The Flash, number 251 from July 1977. I just realized we haven't done a Flash in a while.
I know.
So I was like, yeah, let's do a Flash. Because here's the thing I've been noticing is that The Flash is pretty crazy.
Oh, yeah, it's fucking weird.
Like some of these ones that and this is, now normally, I'll admit, sometimes the stuff you pick up isn't the best.
Well, duh. Worst collection ever.
Well, I know, but I'm saying, like, for the show, like, sometimes it doesn't really vibe with stuff that we try to do. Like, like the...
Counterpoint, some of the stuff I pick up has been some of the best shit we've ever done on this show.
Right, okay. So, I think we're both kind of 50-50.
Yeah.
Because I also like some horrible books that I'm like...
You're the one who's always busting out 90s shit that I'm just like, what is this? I know.
Yeah, so maybe, okay, so we're both
yeah, don't pretend you're, like, amazing at this.
so good. So good.
Yeah.
Anyways, but you've actually been picking up a lot of these Flash ones from like the late 70s, early 80s,
well,
or whatever.
I got them all at that place down in, where is it, Tustin?
Yeah.
Yeah, they had all those like old 70s books down there. And I picked up a shit ton of Flashes and Superman
and I've been amazed at the crazy quality, the craziness of these Flash books.
It's batshit.
Well, we read that one with the Black Hand, and he had that dildo.
Yes.
And he tried, and it's in compare because I know we did that one, and then we've done one of them from like the 2000s, which I think Jeff Johns wrote.
Oh yeah.
And that was a weird one too, but it wasn't like.
It wasn't this.
It wasn't like. This is like Superman, Batman, just batshit.
It really is.
Like,
I kind of like
stuff.
it.
Like, because the cover's just got some craziness going on.
It's got a big old ass on it.
So basically, okay, so the cover is Golden Glider is shooting
Iris.
we assume it's we should assume it's Iris, because just as at that time, Flash is running at Iris, saying, for the first time in my life, I wasn't fast enough to save the woman I love.
And you do have to point out here that like it's drawn in such a way that Iris is like the closest to the viewer.
Yeah.
And she's bent over, so it's just ass.
It's like she's bending over to pick up like a penny.
Yeah, and it's just there's a lot of ass, and like Flash is just running towards it.
And so if you didn't have like
speech bubbles,
it just look like he's chasing after dead ass.
Yeah, he looks actually kind of horrified of that ass, and he's gonna go get it.
Yeah, he's like, oh my god.
Yeah. So
I kind of, if Golden Glider wasn't there and there was no speech,
yeah,
there,
like
just
literally the reason I bought this is because of the cover. I was like, what the fuck?
No, and you know what? Of course, the cover.
It kind of has something to do with it. In fairness, it has a little bit more than some of the other covers.
So before we get started, I just have to address this Batman and Robin hostess ad. Did you read this?
No.
Okay, so basically, there's this woman
with wings.
She's the pigeon woman. Her name is Pigeon Person.
Oh god.
Pigeon Person, and her plan is to use pigeons to steal
stuff.
Steal national landmarks. She literally has her pigeons steal the Statue of Liberty from its place.
Okay.
And so she's stealing all this stuff, and so Batman is like, we got to stop them. And then so Batman goes to like the government, and they're like, we need help. Because now she plans to steal Mount Rushmore.
That's impossible. Mount Rushmore is an actual mountain.
Well, that's what she's planning.
Okay.
And so, just as that is about to happen,
In comes Batman in the Batcopter.
Batman comes with the Batcopter and drops a net on her. The government drops a bunch of Hostess cakes on the birds, which the birds are totally into.
All those birds died immediately after this.
And so the birds decide to betray her for the Hostess cakes, and they take her away in a net. But they were nice enough to give her Hostess cake in there, because she's like,
that's good.
I can't blame my pigeons for betraying me, because Hostess cakes are great. While the government is like,
yeah, they are.
These are some dope-ass cakes. And Batman's like, we did good, Robin.
Batman didn't do anything.
He didn't do anything. He talked to the... Yeah, actually, wait. No, he dropped the net.
Yeah, but still, like, the government's actually the one that saved the day.
He's just dropping a net and then watching a woman eat a cake.
Yeah, good job, Batman. That's so ridiculous.
So yeah, that was a blessing to read.
Oh yeah.
So anyway, so the story is called Vengeance on Ice.
Can I also say that one of the things that I really love about this book, and you see it here on this first splash page, is the Flash is wearing ice skates.
I don't think he wears them later, though.
He does wear them later.
Oh, he does?
There's
Okay.
one panel you can see them, and it's kind of my favorite thing.
Well, but he is on ice.
I know, but the fastest man alive, he can run across water. You don't think he would?
But he
do
might
that.
fall. I mean, it might be tricky.
Sure.
He's figuring it out. So basically, around the cover here, we've got, it's basically the whole trope where you see what happens later on in the book as like a flashback, because on the first page, it's Golden Glider saying, "You're too late to save the love of your life, Iris Allen, from being permanent freeze-dried Flash, but you're just in time for your own big blast." And she's shooting him, and Iris is in a ice cube in the ground, and whatever. So so now we just start right into this, though, where apparently, I don't know if this is happening from a previous issue or something, but
No, I think you skipped a page.
no, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
No, that's it. It just goes straight from this.
Oh, it does. I thought there was another issue. Oh.
No. And then it just goes straight to this, and then we have, as for the fatal shootout, 1,000 feet per second, blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah.
so Golden Glider's like shooting, and Golden Glider is Captain Cold's sister.
Yeah.
And she's shooting at Flash, trying to like freeze dry him, and
She's shooting. She's
shooting at Iris.
She's got him in a top, in an energy top, because she used to go out with the top.
And he's dead, right?
And he's dead, and she blames him. So she's like, "You robbed me of my man, so I'm gonna do away with your woman." So she's shooting her ice blasting, freeze dried at Iris, and Flash basically figures that he can like take his molecules, because he controls his molecules, and vibrates them out of this top or whatever.
Yeah.
And he passes out of it, and
he gets hit by the ray.
So
Iris Allen, who wears nothing but pantsuits, so she's the Hillary Clinton of this book.
Yeah.
She's like, "Oh no, Flash!" And Golden Glider's like, "I'm gonna get away." And like my favorite part is that like Golden Glider apparently like just shoots like ice in front of her, just like little patches of it though, because it's only a very small patch.
She's got like high-heeled ice skates.
Of course.
That she just shoots a patch of. I mean, she has a gun that does shoot ice, but we don't see it doing that.
No, she's just on this tiny patch of ice, and like, she's like, "Ha, I got it away."
But she's pissed because she's like, "What the fuck? I don't. This bullshit."
I was supposed to kill
Iris.
the Flash, or I'm sorry, I was supposed to kill Iris. This wasn't what I wanted, and so there's like a doctor there or something.
So, because the Flash basically looks like he's freeze dried, so he's got like, he looks like he's got.
It just looks like he has pink on him.
Yeah.
Cotton candy machine exploded on
Cotton
Flash.
candy machine on Flash, and he's like, shit.
He's like, "I am delicious." Also dead.
They're also dead, and then the doctors show up, and they're like, "He's dead."
Yeah, actually, the next page is my favorite because they refer to him.
Well, what happens is,
he starts vibrating.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Is he alive?" He's like, "I thought he was dead." And they're like, "Well, if he is, he's the fastest corpse I've ever seen."
The fastest corpse you've ever seen.
Fastest corpse. Which literally would be any corpse that moved.
Yeah.
Literally any corpse.
Well, I mean, to date, he is the fastest corpse because most people probably have not seen a corpse move. So even if he moved a little bit, but he's moving he's really fast.
Yeah.
Here, so he comes back. He restructures his body through his atoms.
Yeah.
And restores him to normal, and basically kickstarts all the frozen ones with his living ones.
Yeah.
And he lives.
Oh, man. And he's like, oh, I better take Mrs. Allen back home.
Yeah, she starts passing out, and they're like, get back to your husband. It just keeps shouting. It's like, get her back to her husband.
It's so ridiculous. Cause
oh, look, sea monkeys.
See, there you go.
Add water to get live instant pets. See, there's too much text here for me to read.
I don't really know what they are.
Well, I'm trying to read here.
But you get a little packet, you add water, and they move around or something. I don't know.
Are they like freeze-dried shrimp?
Maybe they are little shrimpies. I don't know what they are. I don't know anything about sea monkeys.
Well, it's supposed to tell us. It's kind of trying to tell us here, but I don't really. Apparently, they do tricks.
Yeah. Okay.
Because they like music and they obey your commands.
They don't.
They eat looks like a hamburger lollipop here.
Gross.
Anyways, so he flash runs his wife home, and she's like, "How did you live?" And he's like,
"I'm amazing.
I'm amazing." And they're like, "Why are you trying to be killed? Why is she trying to? Why are we trying to be? Why?
What the fuck's wrong?
What
why
the fuck?
Golden Glider want you dead?" And then we cut to Golden Glider, who's like trying to figure out how her gun is working or something.
Apparently, she's also a scientist.
Of course.
Bullshit.
And she's like, I need a better weapon.
I need a better way. It's like
who has a better? Oh, I know, my brother, Mr. Shart.
Well, basically, so the explanation is that she tried to shoot Iris, but what happened was the gun can only shoot at be trained to actually shoot at one target at a time.
Yes.
So in this case, it was only trained to shoot at the flash, which is why it shot there. Yeah, because apparently this gun sucks.
Yeah.
And she's
it's
like
the worst gun. It didn't go to take your gun to work day.
No, they did not take it. It stayed home.
Go to gun school.
It stayed home in the basement.
Graduate from University of Gun.
University of Gun.
They have a hell of a football team.
But she is. She's just she's thinking about how this weapon was conceived by my brother,
and he's got a better gun. So I'll go get his gun.
I'll go get his gun. And he's like, I'm going to go kill the Flash.
Because that's all he does.
Well, yeah, because he's one of the rogues.
He's a rogue. So he's like, oh, I got nothing else to do today. I guess it's my turn. I'm assuming they just take turns.
Yeah.
Like, whoever is like, all right.
Trickster and Mirror Master and Heatwave.
Gets defeated. And so he calls up Captain Colds. And he's like, all right, Zell, you're up. He's like, all right, see you in prison.
I'll say Flash has got a hardy rogues.
Yeah, he does.
That's one thing you can't say about the Flash. He ain't got heels and his heels to fight.
No. So she shows up, and he's like, "What the fuck, baby sister?" She's like, "I want this gun."
Apparently, she just throws
cut to. She turns him in.
I think she uses literally a fishing hook to grab it.
Yeah.
She uses the fishing hook to grab it, and then she's like, "I got your gun, and I want to kill the Flash because he killed my boyfriend."
Yeah.
And he's like, you get in the way, I'll remove you. And he's like, what?
Yeah.
And then it just cuts to him in prison.
Yeah, so she just turned him in.
Then she's just like, hey, come with me. Well, you know what? It's like, it's like, how far do you plan to remove me? It's like, over here. And he's like, oh, really?
Yeah, I'll just go here.
I'll just go in here. Hey, I removed. God damn it. How did this happen?
She's like, this is the 4th time this week.
And he's in his cell. He's the dumbest. And he's funny because he's in his cell, pounding his fist in his hand. It's like, not only is she still my freeze dryer, but she also had the gall to leave me out cold and defenseless.
Turned me in.
Which we don't even see anybody capture him. It just literally just
all
happens.
All of a sudden he's in jail. So he's in jail.
So he's in jail and he goes.
Kind of looks like Conan O'Brien if Conan O'Brien gave himself divine eyebrows.
Yeah, because his face starts getting big.
Yeah, he's got crazy hair, it's a very long face, but then he's just got the drag queen divine eyebrows. And then he dies? ?
Yeah. So then so it goes 3 pounds. So he's fist. Nothing is worse in this world than an angry Captain Cold, which I like that. And then his face gets big, and then we get the next panel is him the guard coming by. It's like chow time, Snart. We got your fave. And then for what it looks like he's doing,
is the smooth criminal.
he's falling, but his face is still long and yelling, and he's doing the smooth criminal lean.
Yeah.
Where he's falling over.
And then the next thing you see is like people are just like, well, I guess he's dead.
So, and the doctor who,
he must be the guy who thought Flash was just a fast corpse.
yeah, this
Same guy.
To the doctors that are like the doctor.
He's
like,
the worst. I don't think he's really a doctor. He's like a vet.
You know, he's an optometrist.
He's a chiropractor.
He's a doctor. He's a doctor of love.
Yeah, he's like, I have my doctorate in history. It is the same thing.
He's got a doctorate in like English studies. And
Yeah,
they're
pretty much.
It's
And then they're
like, can you
like-
see if this man is dead? Sure.
Sure, yeah.
All
He
right.
looks dead to me.
Let me look up the word dead first. Okay. See,
that is the etymology of the word dead. How fascinating.
I used the word dead.
Yeah, look it up in the Oxford English Dictionary, guys.
So they're like, dead? He's like, as a mackerel, no heartbeat.
There has to be a live mackerel somewhere.
This man has never seen a live fish.
He's like, I assume all fish are naturally dead.
You know why? Because he's probably never seen the water.
No,
in the
he went
ocean.
down to
He
the
probably only
seafood
goes
market.
to eat.
Yeah, he went down to the market. He went to Albertsons, and he's just like, fish are just in pieces. That's how they come.
Does he? I wonder if he like goes up to the he probably just goes like to the counter, and they're like, "Sir, what can I get you?" He goes, "Fish are always dead," and just walks away.
And they're just like, you know what? I'm not even gonna argue that. I that's.
They're like,
that's
"Yeah,
what
you know what? I've never seen a live fish."
And they're like, no, they're like, you know what? I'm gonna let that go because that's a conversation I don't want to have.
No.
And you just let him walk by because you know it's gonna be bad. If you try to explain to this man that fish are actually alive at one point before you eat them.
So basically, what happens is he just basically his body temperature goes down 30 degrees and just freezes to death
Yeah.
internally.
Sure. Which.
And then the newspaper comes out, and it's like,
Sneeze on me? That's
ugh.
so gross.
Basically, the newspaper comes out, and it's like everybody's like, "Villains be dying," you know. That's kind of what it says on the cover. It's like villains be dying. It's just a random headshot of Captain Cole just looking off.
Yeah.
He's not like being angry or doing anything. He's just like, Anyway. So Iris and Barry are
having a walk,
and then all of a sudden,
Iris gets simmed.
Well, she gets simmed, but before that, basically, she's like, you know, we don't. She's trying to figure out what the hell's going on. But he saw her. He saw Golden Glider, and he's like, she looked really intense, which reminds me of Batman, the Avenger.
Dude, stop sneezing on me. Sorry, it's twice. It's really gross.
Oh, the baby has a cold.
Do you have a cold? I don't know. She just sneezed on me, and it was disgusting.
It's cat cold.
Oh, I hope not. Come on, come up here. But anyway, so yeah, apparently Batman has joined the Avengers.
Batman joined the Avengers
in the Marvel universe, and none of us knew.
We didn't know.
Or
what issue was that? Was that when he was on that boat, the horror boat last time?
That's exactly what happened.
Was he like? Did he sign up? It's like, hey, you want to join the Avengers? He's like, sure.
He's like, yeah.
You also want a free subscription to Fango?
He's like, oh.
Also,
he's like, I'm a lifetime subscriber.
He's like, I already got that. He's like, well, how about this DVD? He's like, get away from me. I'll take my Avengers membership.
Yeah, he's like, I'm going to go hang out with Captain America.
Captain America's not going to peddle shitty movies on me.
Nope.
I get my shitty movie of the month club. That's all I get.
Yeah.
I have class. I'm Batman.
Dude, Batman would totally be down for this thing we're going to tonight.
Oh man, I would love it. Could we just could we do like a Instagram story where I dress as Batman? I just go,
I have a Batman mask.
I know. I could just be like, well, I'm Batman and I'm going to see the horror festival because I'm a huge horror hound. I once went to a horror festival on a boat. Goodbye. You know.
Sure.
Maybe they'll show Batman v Superman v Zombies. Or v Werewolves or whatever that is. That one.
That one book.
That one book.
I'd watch that.
Yeah, actually, I would watch. Actually, I would. That would be a better movie.
And I would actually cheer for the werewolves or zombies or whatever.
Oh, I would cheer for anything fighting Batman and Superman.
Just like, just end it. For fuck's sake.
Just as a zombie.
Stop.
Like if they're fighting each other and they're like Martha, and then like a werewolf's like, ah.
The werewolf's like, my name is Martha. And he just eats them both.
Like, oh no, there's a werewolf.
We can't kill this werewolf. Its name is Martha. And they're like, you're right. They just start crying and then they get eaten.
And like, you know, and like Batman's like, all werewolves in Gotham are named Martha.
I'm surprised they don't change the name of Gotham to Martha Town.
Martha Town.
I must protect Martha Town.
Fox presents Martha Town.
Just Batman constantly crying.
Jim Gordon, Martha Town, police commissioner.
It's funny.
You're now entering Martha Town. Population 1 million. And the quote says, "Forget that hoe."
Forget that hoe.
So,
Oh, Gotham, you've given us so many things.
so basically, for what it appears is that Iris gets
Simmed.
a sim indicator over her head.
Yeah, it does. And she just blasts into the sky.
But it's basically like a gimmicked top that
Yeah, it's like a
Yeah.
Golden Glider's
she probably got from her dead boyfriend.
yeah, she's borrowing his shit because he's dead, so he
He's
doesn't
dead.
need it. So
He's dead as a mackerel.
So Barry, I think, starts screaming Iris, but her name is just written really big.
I don't know what's
not
going on.
attached to
Is
a
somebody
speech
shouting
bubble.
this,
I
or
don't know,
is this?
I'm assuming it's him, but it's not attached to a speech bubble or anything. It's kind of weird, and the font's all big. It's all blocky. I don't know.
It's red. It's not it's
It's just Iris, 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 and he flashes over and he saves her, and then he's like, "Iris, are you okay?" And she starts talking to him, and she's like, "I'm Golden Glider's controlling her." So here
she's controlling her vocal cords
I'm controlling her vocal cords
because of that sim top.
I know that you are in love with this woman, even though she's married to Barry Allen. This is the third time somebody has mentioned this in this book.
Oh,
And
yeah.
you would think
Yeah.
by this time you would put 2 and 2 together.
Oh, no,
But
the public is
everyone
stupid.
in this fucking book is dumb as shit.
There's also not a lot of people around.
They're just maybe that's why. And they're just oh, Flash, you could never be Barry Allen. You're just in love with another man's wife. So whatever.
It's impossible.
It's impossible. So he runs off with Iris again, and
So he
then-
goes and he digs through Roscoe Dillon's file, which is the top.
Yeah,
And he's looking
the
through
top.
He's looking through.
It just makes me laugh that his name
Yeah.
was the top.
Huh?
Because that there's some guy in West Hollywood who that's his grinder name.
the top.
Yeah,
Yep.
absolutely. And he goes by the top, and he probably wears the creator shirt. Which was the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life.
So basically, I'll let you explain
We
it.
were in West Hollywood this one time, and there was this older gentleman walking down the street with a
He wasn't
very,
old, but he was
He
maybe
wasn't older, but he was
I'd say his late
45.
late 40s.
Late 40s, walking with an 18-year-old boy who was obviously his newest boy toy, and he was talking to his friends about how before this young child met him, he didn't even have any muscles, but now he's getting muscles and whatever. But as he's talking about this, he's wearing a t-shirt that says The Creators, which is a band.
No, it's just Creator. Creator with a K.
Okay.
Creator with a K, which is a thrash metal band from the 80s, which I think is still around.
Yeah.
That from Europe.
Yeah.
And I'm and this is the thing. It's
Very rarely ever seen a shirt like that.
I've never seen. Okay, I've been to metal shows. I've seen a lot of metal shirts. I've seen a lot of obscure metal shirts.
Yeah.
I will say I've never seen a Creator shirt, but it blows my mind that the first time I ever saw a Creator shirt out in public was being worn by a man
Who is-
in West Hollywood,
who
a gay
is-
man in West Hollywood.
Who is obviously disgusting.
Yes,
Because the way he was treating this poor boy was just awful.
just being very.
And I was like, oh man, I know they make
Also,
this-
I don't remember this guy having muscles either.
No,
This
I
guy,
just
the-
remember thinking I know they make the straight version of this guy, and now I have seen the gay version, and I just really wanted to grab that 18-year-old boy and go, "Come with me, you'll thank me later," and walk away and be like, "Honey, you were going to regret that relationship." But let's go talk about it.
Let's go talk. First of all,
no.
did you know he's wearing a Creator shirt?
He's wearing a Creator
Which
shirt.
nothing against the band Creator, but I've never seen that. You oh my God! I
in
feel
the wild.
in West Hollywood.
In the wild.
You know what? He's probably not wearing that ironically.
No, oh my God. No one's ever heard of them. So
No,
there's-
people have heard of them, but if you're in West Hollywood, because this guy, that means that this dude,
loves the Creator.
he loves Creator. He has been down with speed metal for years, and
probably
he is
before his boyfriend was born.
he has been because This guy probably has stories though.
Oh,
about cleaning up at metal shows.
Oh God, yeah.
With boys.
Oh, absolutely.
He is probably that guy should do a podcast.
Holy shit, that guy should do a podcast. He probably has one. It's Hollywood, everybody does.
I don't know. I'm kind. I want to.
I hope it's just called Creator Guy, and you're like,
should
yes!
I put like a misconnections?
You really should.
On
this
Craigslist?
happened 3 years ago. We still
3 years ago.
talk about it.
3 years ago, wearing a Creator shirt, talking to your young boyfriend about how he's got muscles now since he met you. Me, a podcast producer, crossing the street looking for content. Meetup. Meet me at the Improv. Oh no, he's probably going to hear.
That would be amazing.
He's going to show up tomorrow with the Creator. He's going to show up on Monday with the Creator shirt.
That would be amazing, and then you could get him to like guest on all the podcasts or give him his own show.
It's like, sir, we've been waiting for you. Right this way. Here's your mic.
Oh, thank God.
It's like, Sean, what are you doing? I'm giving this man a Creator shirt of a show.
Do you have a name? Doesn't matter. Your name is Creator Shirt.
Man in Creator shirt with advice. And watch, it becomes like bigger.
Just tell me about like going to speed metal shows in the 80s.
I want you to tell me
and
everything.
And having crazy fucking sex in like some nasty van that has wolves painted on the side of it. Tell me all about it, because I want to hear that story.
Crazy gay sex.
Well, yeah.
Like it's just probably the wildest shit.
No, but just like
Wildest
like
metal
really
stuff.
like nasty, gross sex with like nasty, grimy people.
Oh yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
There's
so many shows because
there are some. He's hanging with the crusty dudes.
Yeah, there's like he's like, and then I had sex with some guy who hasn't washed his jeans in 3 years. Like that kind of nasty.
Those guys
sex.
have crunchy pants.
Yeah, I want to hear those stories.
Anyways, Hollywood, what a town.
Yeah, can't wait. I want to hear all about that.
That man sounds fascinating.
He does. Yeah.
So okay, so that's right. So how did we get talking about this?
I don't even know how we got talking about this.
Because now he's the top.
Oh, the top.
Okay.
That's why.
So Barry's looking up stuff on the top, and he's like, "Hey, Barry is in your lab. Pick up your phone. Your movie star friend Daphne Dean is calling from the airport." And he's like, "Oh no, I forgot to."
Oh yeah,
So he forgot to go find her.
he was supposed to say goodbye to her or something
Yeah.
at the airport, and so like he like makes his voice sound different.
He goes-
like, "Oh, Barry already left. He's on his way."
He's like, "This is Mr. Strub."
"Yeah, hello, I am
This
Mr. Schnrub.
Hi, this is Larry Gallon.
Hello, my name is Mr. Burns. I believe
believe-
you have a letter for me."
I believe you have a package for me.
Well, oh, sir, Mr. Burns, what is your first name?
I don't
know.
I don't know.
That's exactly what happens here.
Yeah. So he goes, and then she's like, "Well, I guess you can leave a message." And since he's the Flash, he can run over there extremely fast. And he's like, "Hey, what up? Movie star lady." And she's like, "Oh,
I'm gonna go be a movie star.
she's like, I'm gonna go be a movie star. I'm gonna say goodbye." And he's like, "Well, look."
And
And he's like, "Look, well, you know what? I have an idea of a way to like figure shit out." And he asks her for some help.
Yeah. So then, like, we go to the morgue, and there's like dudes playing cards, and all of a sudden, like, Captain Cold's morgue drawer. Is that what that's called?
More sure.
I don't know I'm sure it has a technical name. Wherever they put the body in the morgue, it's a drawer. It freezes, and then it busts open. And then he becomes like a walking Iceman who just like zaps people with his hands. How does he do this? Is it ever explained?
This is what he goes. He goes, "It's a good thing I perfected my sub-zero metabolic trance after my last prison break. The biological effects of super cold can not only simulate death, they can be quite numbing." So basically,
But that doesn't explain how he has the ability.
because it's internalized. He has
But that
he has a
doesn't
gun.
explain the ability how he can like shoot ice at people
Because
without his gun.
he splooshes these guys. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
That's what I don't understand. I'm like, okay,
And
so
if that's the case, why does he just do that without his gun?
see, that's the thing. I'm like, okay, so you perfected the art of getting yourself basically hypothermic.
And it looks like he's basically shooting these people with cotton candy. Let's be honest.
And then he also is able to form ice around his entire body and then pop open a fucking morgue drawer and like become a walking icicle until it melts off of him, I think.
He melts it off, and then he like readjusts his body temperature, I assume.
It doesn't make any sense how he can do that if it's
And then he steals one of these guys' clothes that's
And then he
covered in
runs
cotton
out.
candy, and then he runs out. Real quick, we got a Batman ad where he's selling
Socks.
a bunch of Batman shit.
Socks.
So there's like a Batman airplane
Gun.
that you can throw, a Batman power shooting grappling hook, which looks like a comb.
It does,
or
but
something.
it also has a suction cup at the end of it. That's kind of great.
That's kind of neat. And then socks. And what's funny is that it looks like the socks are coming out of him.
Yeah, it does out of his stomach.
And you got Batman and Superman and Wonder Woman and Robin, and they're not like the cool like pattern socks. They're just like somebody put
They embroidered them.
they embroidered it,
They
which
embroidered some socks.
sensational socks. No.
And they're just like coming out of Batman's stomach. He's like, I ate these.
Actually, I would love it if he'd say, because you're saying check these out, Batman fans. I wish he was saying I ate these, and it's just coming out.
It's like Alien. It's like chest bursting out of his fucking stomach. It's just,
So later, the Allens get an invitation to the Central City Palace to go see the Futura ice show, and he's like,
and you think after everything that's been happening, they would be like, you know what, we're gonna stay away from ice. They're like, nah, man.
well, no, because what happens is like,
Well, we explain it later, but they're like, we're gonna go.
what happens is like, Iris is like, this is weird. He's like, it's a trap, and she's like, no, you got free tickets because you helped the ice show recover stolen receipts last year, so we have to go.
No, you are an
No.
idiot.
Yeah,
Again, everyone in this book is an idiot. So.
And so he suspects that stuff's afoot.
Because it is. Because obviously, if an ice-based villain has been trying to kill you for the past 2 days, and you get tickets to an ice show, probably don't go. Probably going to be a trap. I don't know. Maybe. I mean,
Yeah.
that's how I live my life. You know how many tickets I've turned down for ice shows?
Yeah,
Because I've been stalked by ice-based
because you think
villains?
you might get freeze dried. Yeah,
Well,
no,
I
it's
mean,
been-
there's so many times where you get shot at by ice guns. I mean, I know that happens to everybody.
Yeah, and so basically he's like, look, the chances are that she sees, if Golden Glider sees you, she's going to shoot at you. So we're just going to have to deal with it. And it's funny because then we cut to the show, and we have like a little like speech bubble. It's like, it's outside of the building, and you hear the applause. You see the applause, and it's like Central Palace, 8:30, where the evening sounds, blah blah blah. And the bubble is like, it's not just a bubble, but it's a bubble with like a woman's
hand.
It's a flesh-colored bubble.
Yeah.
A speech bubble with a hand pointing to
the clapping.
which I don't understand. Like, I would have just made that connection if you would have put it out
Why
there.
isn't that just a box? Why is it a fucking hand bubble? It's really creepy. So, of course, they go in, and who should show up but Golden Glider?
Well, Golden Glider, but she's a part of this ice troupe known as Lisa Starr.
Whatever.
Even though her real name is Lisa Snart.
Yeah.
And
I'm
she's,
sure this is her first night, I'm sure.
but she's throwing around a baton, and they're like, Barry, she's looking at me, Iris is, and so she just throws a baton and shoots Iris.
And Iris falls into the ice because, of course, they've got front row seats.
Yeah, they got front row seats, which I'm like, why couldn't they just been like, could we just turn these in for like way up high?
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
But these two are idiots. And so Iris is like, oh, man, what a great nap. She's like, why didn't that work? That was specifically trained to shoot you. And that's when the Flash shows up on his ice skates. Which you can
Okay, so yeah, there's the ice skates, and then he starts trying to stop her.
Yep.
And she's jumping and stuff.
Yeah. He
And-
tries to freeze her. She's like, that's dumb. And so
Because what happens is Captain Cold shows up.
oh, that's right. Because Captain Cold's pissed off.
Yeah, he's pissed off at his sister, so he shoots her and tries to freeze her feet. She gets out. Hoo-ha.
Yeah.
And then they were like, you know what? We gotta try to fight the Flash.
Right. But Flash is like, well, fuck it. I'll just get you both.
So he just starts skating around them real fast, and as he's doing that, he's throwing a bunch of snow,
He's icing them.
icing them, and apparently it's freezing them so much. And what's happening is just before this starts happening, Glider grabs Cold, and she's like, we gotta go fight, but she can't let go of him because her hand freezes to his parka, which
What?
just fucking let go.
Well, here's the thing. Because, so, Flash is basically icing them. And the first time I ever went ice skating,
Oh, okay.
my sister plays hockey. And she's fucking good. because she got all the athletic talent in the family where I did not. So
You got all the funny.
yeah, is that it? I don't know. There's not really a lot of funny in my family. But so she's like,
That's why you
"Hey,
have all of it.
you got this one drop. Congratulations.
100% funny, the Jen Stansfield
So
story.
she's like, come on, we're going to go ice skating. And of course, I was goth at this time. So I'm like, imagine me going to an ice rink head to toe in black for open skate with all these little kids. And my sister. And I think I was wearing like my Typo Negative shirt or something at the time. And I'm just like, so I'm trying to skate. I suck terribly because I am terrible. And so I'm like going around. My sister, of course, is just like fucking lapping me like nobody's business. And then she turns around and goes against the crowd and stops on her edges and just showers me from about neck to knee with ice. And she laughed and skated away.
No.
So yeah.
She could have froze you like the Flash.
Well, I know that. I think that was her intention. But I would just like to say that it's no fun. I got so mad. But I knew I couldn't catch her. I just had to let her go.
Yeah, you would have just fell.
Well, of course I would have just felt. She knew that. That's why she was laughing at my ass.
So basically, he freezes them in this manner, which horse shit.
Yeah, he
And-
freezes them into like an ice block.
And then it just happens that
And he goes over to Iris, and Iris is not Iris. It's his friend who is wearing an Iris head.
an Iris head that somehow did not look creepy as fuck.
Didn't look like a fucking mask. It's so weird.
It didn't look like a mask because it just frustrates me when people pull off masks in the comic books,
Right, where they look so good.
as if like it's the actual person.
Yeah.
But you can't. But you're just like no, it's totally their face.
No, it's not.
Like it's not just them going. "Rah, rah, rah,
And it's not
yeah."
like, this is hours of prosthetics that make
No.
it look like this. That's going to take a while to take off. This is, I'm taking off a fucking Halloween mask like it was a bag.
Yeah, and she's got her full hair and stuff.
No,
and she
she's
looks,
fine. She's all made up, and of course the whole stadium starts cheering, and they're like, "Encore! Encore! It was such a great show."
What? Freeze his sister and brother, and take off another mask.
Yeah, and so
This is
like
what we came to pay,
the
came to
Flash
see.
and that woman are just standing out on the ice, waving at everybody. So stupid.
Yeah. That's it.
That's the Flash, guys.
That's the Flash. I'm sorry. I was just saying there's something else I was fucking around here with.
What? We're the Return to the New Gods?
No, I was looking at like some of these other. Okay, maybe it wasn't what I thought it was. Yeah. So that's it for the Flash number 251. From
Can I ask a question?
Oh yeah.
So, Flash's letter page is called. What was it called? Flash something? It was called something dumb.
Flash ass. Oh, Flashgrams.
Shouldn't it be called like News Flash?
Well, 'cause it's not news.
It's
It's
not news, but
letter flash, mail flash,
better than whatever.
first class mail.
Flashgrams. Yeah, well, like first class mail or something. I don't know.
I do love a good letter page title.
Yeah, that one's not very good.
One of my favorites was the Captain America. Let's rap with Cap.
Yeah, that one's really good.
Let's rap with Cap. Like, yeah, fuck that. Like, Cap better not be rapping anywhere.
Oh, Cap was from 1942. He cannot rap.
He should try though.
No, he shouldn't. I've heard that's what actually the next Captain America movie is going to be about. It's going to be him. It's going to be like 8 Mile starring Captain
What's going to
America.
happen is he's going to go, since it's in the Luke Cage's in the universe, what he's going to do, he's going to end up in that Harlem Paradise Club.
Yeah.
And then he's going to be there, and they're going to be like, it's going to be like Avengers Night Out.
Yeah.
And they're going to be like, yo, Cap, get to the mic. And he's like,
And Method Man will show up again, and he'll be like,
Method Man's is going to be there.
Method
Man's
Man's like-
doing a superhero rap night.
Method Man's going to teach Cap how to rap.
Oh, man, I can't wait.
That's what the next Captain America is about. It's about
It's like Dangerous Minds, but with Captain America.
It's going to be like 8 Mile,
It's like 8 Mile.
but with Captain America, and it's gonna be him and Method Man standing in a junkyard rapping about making cars. Yeah, it's gonna be great. Can't wait for it.
Oh, man, that's going to be a good movie. You know what? Movies are good.
Yeah, movies are great.
Movies are great.
Sean's got a real controversial opinion about movies, guys. The movies are good.
Sometimes movies aren't good.
Oh, shit. Throwing
Hot
down.
take right there.
That is a hot take. I got burned by that hot take.
Well, maybe I'll have to skate around you.
Just ice
Cool
me.
you off. Cool
I've
you
already
off.
been humiliated enough on the ice for one lifetime.
So that's it for this week's show. We are going to go watch horror movies tonight.
Oh, yeah. Horror movies. I'm so excited.
Go to the new Beverly Horror Fest, so we'll see
Yeah,
how this
we're gonna-
goes.
I don't know if we're going to make it to the end, but we're sure as fuck going to try.
Well, hopefully.
All night horror movie marathon.
Let's hope they to the Anthropophagus.
I can't wait.
Anthropophagus. Anthropophagus.
I don't know. We don't know what they're going to show. That's the beauty of the new Beverly is they don't actually release the names of the movies that you're going to see until the night of. So I have no idea.
They didn't always do that.
I know. This is for this year. They're not going to tell us what they're going to show. So we have no idea.
Deal with it.
I'm really excited.
I was there
because-
one year, and Patton Oswalt bought everybody cupcakes.
Yeah.
He wasn't there, but
I
you know.
did not go to that
Yeah,
one.
I was. It was back like this is.
Oh, this is years ago.
This is 8 years ago.
Oh, God.
8 years ago.
Yeah, you were out here interning. I was still in.
That happened 8 years
Boston.
ago.
I know. I don't want to talk about that. That's depressing.
Holy fuck! That happened. Oh no!
Don't even think about it. Because last year we went to one. It wasn't the new Beverly one, so it wasn't as fun. But
No.
that is where I saw Death Spa for the first time.
And now we own it.
And and now I own it on Blu-ray. It
Now
really
we
changed
own
my
it.
life.
You know what? It did change our
I
life.
was so happy to see that movie. I was like, this is the worst, best movie I've ever seen.
Best movie, and it's
worst movie I've ever seen.
And what's great about it is that there are
It's so
people that are
shitty.
starting to discover it.
I know, it's so great because people start talking about it. I'm like, yeah, Death
Well,
Spa.
How Did This Get Made? Did it?
Oh, yeah.
And then our friends at We Hate Movies are doing
commentary.
doing a live commentary on that.
Yeah.
And which I would love to hear.
Oh, me too.
I'm kind of disappointed that I will not be in New York to hear that. But
yeah, no, we'd go. We would.
And even they said because they did like a similar movie last year for their Halloween spectacular called Killer Workout, but
It's not the same.
it's not the same because it was like kind of like there's people trying to figure. Like, they talked about it a little bit, like trying to figure out if there's like movies of that ilk, and like, this
Yeah.
comes up because in the '80s there were like. You know, it was kind of a genre of like workout horror themed movies.
No, I mean, I would
And it
absolutely.
was these two for certain.
If you get the chance, I would recommend watching Death Spa. It is so bad and so dumb, but also great.
But you can't help it. You can't. And yeah, I would recommend watching Death Spa and then listening to How Did This Get Made
Yeah.
episode with
Absolutely.
I think Horatio Sands is the guest.
Yes, he is. You're right. And they
And-
talk about Death Spa. It's pretty great.
Or if you're in the New York area and you want to try to catch it, you know, I don't know.
Sometime this month.
Yeah, if you follow Andrew Drupet on Twitter from We Hate Movies, he'll tell you can ask him on Twitter.
Yeah.
At we All Hate Movie or
But
WHM Podcast.
and they're pitching at the beginning of their shows. So.
Yeah, so you should check it out. Anyways, that's it for us this week. We'll be back next week. You can find me on Twitter at Angry Hero Sean, SHAWN. You can also find me on Instagram at Angry Hero Sean and my Tumblr, theangryhero.tumblr.com.
And I'm at Jen Stansfield on Twitter and Instagram, jenstansfield.tumblr.com, and jenstansfield.wordpress.com.
And of course, please rate us, give us 5 stars, leave a review if you feel so inclined, and yeah, give us 5 stars if you think we deserve it. We definitely appreciate you guys checking us out. And please check out SideshowNetwork.tv. All the great podcasts here on our network are waiting for you there. So thanks for listening, folks, and we'll talk to you again next time.
Bye.